but I'm going to have to finish it out. So let's talk about these 8 ways of saying no. Remember this, that word. First off, you put your tongue at the top of your mouth, right behind your teeth, and you make your mouth, no. I know it's silly, but it's a hard word to say. Why? Because we want to please people. And remember that pleasing people doesn't always necessarily please God. We need to please God first and then please other people. That means we take care of the responsibilities that God's given us first. So here's some ways we can say no. Here's number 1. That sounds wonderful. I wish I had time to do it. Now, how would I know I don't have time to do it? Because I've written down my priorities. I know what it is I'm supposed to be doing. I picked out 3 things I'm going to be doing for myself. Right now, it's a Bible study with a couples Bible study, a ladies Bible study, and time with friends, which would be lunch or dinner or something else we're doing with friends. Okay, that's the 3 things I do for myself. Then my ministry, the things I do for others, are all my practical Christian woman Joyce Zook things that I do. That's what I do there. And so that means there's not time to say yes for a lot of other things, because that's where my main focus goes, is doing things like this video for you. But that sounds wonderful. I wish I had time to do it. And that's probably a true statement. Here's number 2. I'd love to do that, but my plate is full right now. Please check back with me next time, and I'll see if my life has slowed down a little bit. Let me say that one again. I'd love to do that, because it sounded great. But my plate is full right now. You know what your plate looks like when you're at a potluck and you've added a little bit of everything on it, and then you see one more roll you want to stick on top. You put it on top, but when you put it on, it just falls off. That's what we're talking about. Knowing that your plate is full. Do you know whether your plate's full or not? Have you found time to exercise? Have you found time for a date with your husband? Or are you trying to do all these other things for other people? Think about it. I'd love to do that, but my plate is full right now. But here's the thing that makes you feel better about somebody else. Please check back with me next time, and I'll see if my life has slowed down a little bit. And sometimes it has. It's changed. I know I was doing different things when my kids were preschoolers and when they were high schoolers, when they went off to college, and my husband was still working full-time, and now he's not working full-time, he's working part-time. My life has changed in each season. And sometimes I have times to add new things, and sometimes I don't. That's number 2. Number 3, I can't do that right now, but it sounds like something Jane might like. Have you checked with Jane? It sounds like something she really enjoyed doing. Jane's just a made-up name. If you know someone that might be interested in doing that, please suggest that to the person you're talking to. Please, particularly if it's an organization or a committee, and say, yes, that's a wonderful idea. It's a great idea, but I can't do that right now. Why don't you check with so-and-so? Or maybe I'm not able to help you with that, but I'll pray and see if I can think of someone that might be able to help you. Maybe you don't know someone, right? That was number 4. Number 5, let me check my calendar and I'll get back with you within 24 hours, 3 days next week. Now, this is kind of hard. When you have your calendar on your phone, it's kind of hard to say, let me check my calendar, because you often have it with you and you can just go, let me check my calendar. But even so, if you've written everything on your calendar, you can see what's starting to come up. You can see that this week you have all of these activities planned, and it's not possible this week. Or maybe you've made a list of your priorities in your calendar, and you see that next year, say the fall, you're already committed to doing the ladies' Bible study. You're already committed to helping out in the nursery, and you've committed to something else in your community. And somebody asked you for another thing. Wait to say yes to that third thing till you make sure that you have all the other priorities filled, that you found that way to exercise, you found time for dates with your husband, you've figured out how to keep your house decent for your family. Not that it has to be on HGTV or in a magazine, but that it meets your family's needs. But check your calendar. It's a great one. Say, and you could say, and that whole thing, let me check my calendar and I'll get back with you. Give them a time. Because often if someone is asking you to do something, they want to know when can they know what to do, so they know whether to go looking for someone else or not. So check your calendar. It's a great way to say it, particularly if you have it on your phone or you've got it written down in paper. You can go check it. I've got to go home and check my calendar. Sometimes I have to say, I'll need to check with my husband because I'm not sure what he has planned or what we have planned together. So sometimes those plans are for both of us and we need to know what's happening. I'm trying to see if anybody's making comments here. Number 5. That was number 5. Let me check my calendar. Number 6. You are so good at what you do, but this is not one of my strengths. Please, I would be able to help do. And what are you able to help do? I know someone was going to do something for a political campaign, and they wanted her to do a certain thing, and it just really wasn't one of her strengths. I said, so if that's not one of your strengths, what can you do? And so she figured out, so we talked about that, and she said, well, I would really like to do this. I said, great. Then tell them you can do that and do the part you want to do well. What do you like to do? Keep, first off, finding those things you like to do. Yes, sometimes God pushes this beyond our comfort zone, but not normally. Often it's trying to figure out how to do the things that he's called us to do and that we like to do and to do them well. So, people have asked me, do you want to work in the nursery? Go, not really. Do you need any help with the ladies' and women's ministry? I really like to help with that one. That's where I fit best. So tell people where you fit, what you like to do. Even in my ministry, this ministry, Practical Christian Woman, I like to talk. I like to teach you these things. I'm not that good at writing things. And so when people want me to do a written interview for something, it's not as easy as doing a video interview. I like the video interview. It's much easier for me. What do you like to do? And then let's do those things. Here's number 7, 5, 6, 7. I wanted to do this, but I'm so disappointed I can't do it this year. One mom was she wanted to go substitute teach again because she wanted to get back into teaching, but she still had little kids at home, particularly as preschooler. And she tried substitute teaching and realized that it really wasn't going to work well as long as she had a preschool child and was running him all over. And so that's really her answer. I would really love to do this because she's great at teaching a foreign language, but it's not for me this year. And you can put on this, please contact me next year and hopefully I can do it then. So maybe you're being asked to be president of an organization, or you're being asked to do something else, and you say, I really can't. My plate's full this year, or I'm disappointed because I can't do it. But ask me next year. Often these roles and responsibilities come this way. And number 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm sorry that I can't do that for you this time. I may have disappointed you or put you in a bind, but please give me grace because I must say no.